Marisha said, I also have setup questions. I want to go live, but how do you record your hands? Did you know you can zoom in on a video you're watching on YT? Um, yeah, I know you can zoom in on it, and the other thing that's nice about YT, right, is you can slow it down, or you could fast forward it. If you're at a section where you're, um, kind of you already know what to do or something, you can, fast forward and there's bookmarkers and stuff too. And I haven't figured out all of that, but I'm certainly trying. I'm putting a lot of effort onto my YT because I do think that in the future that will be a great thing for me, but all of you guys as well. And so I've really been trying, but I have a full-time job, and so there's only so many hours in the day that I can make this stuff like work. And so anyhow, it is challenging, and I'm not complaining. I like learning new things. I enjoy keeping my mind challenged and everything. So I think it's a good part. Marisha, the way that I have my setup, and I looked at the software that everybody had mentioned about being able to go live. You basically use this software, and you can use it to go live on uh, a few different platforms, right? Like if I wanted to go live on Twitch and Facebook and all that at the same time, right? I could use this software, but honestly, it was a little overwhelming, and I didn't spend enough time with it. And so I don't know what I'm going to do in that aspect, but for what I'm doing right now, for those that are interested in live streaming, because I encourage all of you guys to go live stream, right? Everybody has a different personality. Everybody has a different style. Everybody's working on different projects. What's appealing to me and my style of going live is different than what other people do. And that's what makes it fun and unique and entertaining, right? I love watching people, and not just do crochet, but all sorts of different, fiber arts and jewelry making. And I love fishing. You guys have heard me talk about that before. And so there's a lot of different things that I watch, and so I encourage all of you all to go live on TikTok if you feel comfortable doing that. And I have no problem selling, or not selling, but telling you how I've kind of made my setup and what is working for me. And I think there's room for everybody on the platform. I'm not one of those people that's petty that like feels threatened by what other people are doing. I think there's room for everyone. And I think there's room for all of us to be friends and support each other. And I think that's the beautiful part about TikTok and some of these things because, when I was first learning to crochet, there wasn't an internet. It didn't exist. And so that we didn't have this social um, like experience where we could, tap into the knowledge of other people and creators and see what other folks are doing. And it's a beautiful thing. I really love that part of this whole experience. And so on my iPhone 14, I am live streaming that on TikTok, and I have a clamp that I got off of Amazon, and it holds my phone. So it's kind of like a clamp, like, like this, it clamps. And that is clamped onto my TikTok phone. And that is secured to the back of my couch. And I'm sitting in my recliner. My recliner has the two ends go up, the 2 feet go up. And so I'm on the right side of my couch. And that clamp is clamped onto the frame in the back of my couch. And so the camera itself is sitting at my shoulder, it's on my left shoulder. And so sometimes I do bump it, and that is kind of a challenge. And if I don't get it positioned right, then I have to look around the camera to see my crocheting, and that makes it a little challenging. So that's why sometimes I have to adjust when I'm getting all set up, because I can't see what I'm crocheting. And this morning I'm having to like turn my head to the right a little bit to be able to see my work. But I do it is kind of sitting at an angle a little bit, so it's not perfectly straight. So that is how I do my live stream. And basically, my camera is pointing forward. The screen is facing up so I can see my screen. But honestly, my camera is too close to my face to be able to read and see any comments on the device that is streaming. And so what I do is I have a secondary account which I created on TikTok that is my moderator account. And so it's Wheeler 8 Acres moderator, and the one that I'm live streaming on is just my Wheeler 8 Acres. And then I have a tablet that I have on a stand, and that is over to my right side. And I actually watch the live as I'm crocheting on my tablet. So over here to the right, I don't want to adjust it because it makes it too hard, but over here on the right side is where I have that tablet and I'm watching the live stream and the comments and everything. So I'm constantly looking back and forth from what I'm crocheting to the tablet to see what exactly is, all the comments coming in. But it does make it a little challenging because you know, to be able to see the comments on my right and crochet kind of off to my left, it is logistically a little challenging, but that is how I have my setup. Now for my YT, I actually worked on a new mounting bracket yesterday. I redneck innovated it because I'm a little redneck. If y'all didn't know that, I'm sure you've picked up on that. We're a little country here, and so yes, I whipped out my zip ties and my drill, and I worked on a new um, little way to hold my YT phone. And so I have that one set up, and it's working a lot better today, so that I don't have so much in my face and bumping and everything. So that's how I do my live stream. But like I said, I encourage everybody to go live if you feel comfortable with it. It's a wonderful experience. It's nice to interact with, people that are curious about what you're doing and just have that social interaction. So anyhow, I think it's really fun, and I know a lot of you are trying to go live on TikTok and haven't done it yet. And I was really scared. My first time going live was July 5th, and guys, I was so scared. I was really nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. It doesn't feel comfortable because you're literally, when you first go on, you don't know anybody and nobody knows you. Okay, so here I am sitting here in my living room crocheting, and basically, I'm having a conversation with myself because there wasn't a whole lot of people watching, right? But then, as I was talking and crocheting, people started coming, and then they started talking on the chat, just like you all, talk every day and ask me questions and talk to each other. And of course, it's just grown from there. But that first time, it is super awkward and uncomfortable because you are basically talking to yourself. But I will tell you, if you don't talk on your live and all you do is crochet, it's not as interesting to people. People want to hear what you're making and what you're working on, and they want to get to know you, and what makes you tick and all of those things. And so I think, I know people come on here to crochet and watch me and learn stitches and stuff, but I think people come on here to listen to me ramble about my craziness too, right? It's a combination of both. So that is my recommendation for those that are going live. And for I'm sorry, I don't remember who asked about going live and my setup and everything, but I hope that helps to answer your question. So the good news is I've just finished up here on our last stitch. I'm doing a slip stitch into the corner, and I'm going to snip off my white yarn. We are done with the white now. And the fun part is we're going to get back on the blue, which is so beautiful, and I just really am loving this blue. Do y'all like this blue? Can you see the sparkles? I don't know if you can see it if the camera picks that up, but the blue has sparkle in it. It is so pretty. It's such a pretty yarn. And it is this Herschners Baby Sparkle is what I'm using. And I really like it. I have a bunch of different colors that I picked up. And so I'm going to be tying on with this blue yarn. Now, let me wheel my cart over here if I can. Okay, I need to get another roll of this. So the white part of this blanket that I'm doing is the Bernat Baby Sport. And this yarn has seen, this yarn ball's kind of seen some action. So anyhow, let me get. So what I'm going to be doing next, if we look at our example here, so we can all visualize this. Okay, so what I just finished was this row right here, this back post um, double crochet. So this right here is this, okay? So if we look at our example here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be alternating between front and back post double crochets. And what that does is it puts this really awesome like texture cabling. And it's a little hard to see because the variegated. When we do the blue, it's going to, pop out a little more. Now this lavender yarn, this variegated, this is also Herschners, but it's a discontinued colorway. This was called Little Lotus, and it's just beautiful. But the blue you can see is the same type of yarn as this, and so anyhow, they have a lot of different colors of this, and I like it for just decorating the baby blankets with the sparkly. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with a slip stitch onto my hook. And into the corner, I'm going to do a standing double crochet, chain 2, and then another double crochet. So this is our corner. Now what I need to do is I'm going to start alternating around these posts. So normally when you do double crochets, for those that are new to crochet, you work underneath the top of the stitches. So these little bars here that look like a V, that's the top of your crochet stitch. Now for this, I'm actually going to work around the post. And I'm going to alternate. So the first one, I'm going to do a front post double crochet. And in order to do that, I wrap my yarn around so I have 2 loops on my hook. I bring my hook down forward and I go underneath the post. So the post is literally sitting on top of my hook. Then I grab a loop and pull it up. So now you can see I have 3 loops on my hook. I yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So that is a front post double crochet. And what that does is it puts the top of the stitch to the back of the work. Now here's our next stitch. I'm going to do a back post double crochet. So same process, I wrap my yarn around so I have 2 loops on my hook. I hold this with my thumb so this doesn't slide around. It gives me more control over the stitch. I put my work forward and I look for the post of that next stitch. And again, I slide my hook underneath the post. Then I grab a loop and pull it up. So once again, we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now that is a back post, and you can see it pushed the white to the front. So now I'm going to go back and do the front post. So I wrap my yarn around once. Now I work from the front and put my hook underneath the post, grab a loop and pull it up. Now we have again 3 loops on our hook. And then we yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So Ghost, when you're talking about crochet stitches, the row that we did below was this double crochet. And the technical name for this, well, to my knowledge, this is the top of the stitch here. So normally when you do a double crochet or any stitch, you would work into the top of this. Like if you're going to do a single crochet right? You put your hook here and then you bring up a loop. And so that is worked in the top of the stitch. That's how normal crochet stitches are worked. Now, this bottom part of the stitch here is called the post. It's also called the legs of the stitch. You'll hear it referred to as that. But when you work around these posts, either in the front or the back, what it's doing is it's adding this fabulous texture to the pattern. So if we look here, this ridge, if you can see this, was made by doing a back post double crochet. So whenever you do that, the stitch will then push to the front. Same thing here. Now if we turn, see this ridge here on the back? That was made by doing a front post double crochet. And what we're doing is we're alternating between these, and all it's doing is adding this marvelous texture to the border of our baby blanket. So again, I did this one was the front, and you can see how the white is poking through the back. So now we're going to do the back post. So again, we're going to wrap our yarn around, and I hold this with my thumb. Put your work forward and look for that post, and slide your hook underneath so that your hook is literally that post is literally sitting on top of your hook. Grab that loop and pull it up. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm going to continue alternating these the entire way across. So now we're ready for a front post. Again, grab a loop and pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So these just kind of take some practice. And when you're first learning your front and back post double crochets, guys, don't pick a project like this where you're alternating these stitches. This is a little more challenging. Not that you couldn't learn to do it, okay? But it is easier if you were doing them all in a single row like this. So you would get a result like this rather than the alternating. But you could do it. But if you're just first learning this stitch, what I did is I made a row of double crochet just like this. And then I just practiced doing a front post the whole way down. And then I would take it out and then I would do it again. And I just kept practicing. So much of crochet is repetition and learning how to, control the tension and everything. So here was a front. Now we're going to do the back. Again, hold it, push it forward, go underneath that post, grab a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now we're ready for the front. So again, grab that loop, pull it up. Once you get more experience, you'll be able to go faster as well. But don't be discouraged. Learning the front and back post took me a really long time, guys. This didn't just come to me overnight. Now, maybe some people it is that easy. Excuse me. But for me, it didn't come that easy. Okay. It took a lot of repetition. And unfortunately, when I was first learning, I was trying to do it on granny squares that had texture. And it was overwhelming. And so only when I finally just made a swatch that was double crochets like this, um, then it became easier for me. And it just took a lot of practice. So I just kept doing them over and over and over again. And then I'd take it out and do it again. And then I think I learned to do the back one first. The back one to me is harder than the front one. But again, we yarn over and then you don't be afraid to put your work all the way forward so you can see the stitches. Now, eventually you won't have to do that. It'll come naturally to you. The way I'm doing it today and showing you all, it's dramatic, right? It's so that new beginners can see what it is I'm actually trying to do here. But when I'm doing these, I don't put my work all the way forward like this anymore. And so, with time and practice, you'll get your flow a little bit. Let's see. Kay Thompson said, new to crocheting, but I've knitted for years. Why does my work start to get wavy when doing a granny square? Um, Usually if it's wavy like that, it's because maybe your hook size is off, or it could be you don't have the right hook for your yarn. So usually that what that means is um, there's too many stitches, or the stitches are not the right size. Um, let's see. Marisha said, my first project was a temperature blanket. It was a good way to practice counting and tension. Yeah, absolutely. So if you're a new beginner crocheter, you need to pick something that you can be successful at, right? And so don't pick something that's too complicated. A granny square is a great way to learn to crochet. Something like a scarf might be a good project. So there's definitely some beginner friendly projects. Now this pattern that I'm working on today, I think this pattern's not really rated. This gal is on YT, and her channel is called Craft and Crochet, and this baby blanket link is on my link tree along with the yarns that I'm using today. And so I think this is more like an intermediate baby blanket, but with practice, you could definitely learn to do this. So I don't know, all my friends on here, um, do you think this is like an intermediate project? It's definitely not beginner. It's definitely not. I don't know that it's advanced though. I don't consider myself an advanced crocheter. I think I'm like an intermediate crocheter. There's a lot of stuff I can't do. And so I'm still learning along with all of you all. I might not be learning the exact same thing, but I'm learning every day just as, each of you is learning and growing. Um, so Sarah, I've been crocheting for 40 years, Sarah. And when I started crocheting, I learned on what are now vintage Susan Bates hooks, and they are called inline hooks. And these are the only hooks that I can crochet with. And so what an inline hook means, if you're not familiar with that term, if you're new, see how this is flat and goes all the way up. A tapered hook, this will come down kind of more to a point. I keep saying over and over again, I need to bring a tapered hook to my station here, so when I talk about hooks, I can show the difference. But because I learned on an inline hook, this is the only hook that I can use. I do not like tapered hooks. And so with hooks, I really feel like it's one of those you either love it or you hate it type things. And we get very comfortable with which one we like. And I think everybody here will echo my thoughts on that. If you're either an inline crocheter or you're a tapered hook crocheter, I don't think there's anybody that goes back and forth between the two. The reason why I like this inline hook, and I have a bigger one here, you can kind of see it better. So what I found with the tapered hook when I was first learning is when it comes down like this, I was having a difficult time controlling the size of my stitches. My yarn would slide down that tapered neck, and my stitches would go and squish up, and they would become tight, and I couldn't maneuver my hook because I'm a very tight crocheter to begin with. With the tapered hook, it did that every time for me. When I switched to an inline hook where it's flat like this, so what's here is the same size here, it helped me to control how those stitches were being sized. And so that is why I use the inline hooks and what made sense for me. But like I said, everybody has a different preference. And if you're first learning, I think definitely try them both because you might, like one over the other. Um, and you kind of get a feel for it and kind of the niche that you like. And then you'll kind of know. But for me, every time I used a tapered hook, because I crocheted so incredibly tight, it just made it, I couldn't even hardly move my hook through the yarn because it just sunk down on that around here, it would cinch up so tight, that I couldn't even like move it. And so that is why I use the hook that I use. But you can see some of the other people here are um, saying, like Gen X is saying she learned with a tapered hook, and her yarn kept falling off on the inline. So it really, everybody has a different way and thing that they like. And same thing with how you hold your hook, right? This is how I learned to hold it, kind of like a steak knife, but there's other people that hold it like a pencil grip. There's nothing wrong with that either. You have to do what is comfortable for you. And you guys have heard me say it a million times before. There's no crochet police. There's nobody going to roll up in your living room and be like, you're holding your hook wrong. You need to do it this way. That's absolutely never going to happen. You have to figure out what is comfortable and what is your crochet style. And what works for me might not work for you, and it might not work for everybody else. So I'm not on here to say you got to do it my way. Absolutely not. I'm merely here to show you all what I'm doing and how I work these stitches. Does it make it right or wrong? Definitely not. So that's my take on that. Okay, friends. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause on the blue, and I'm going to pop a little stitch marker in here. Because you know me, I like to do things a little wild and crazy. So the way that I am doing this edging, okay, we're alternating back and forth between front and back post double crochets. And I'm going to be stacking colors on top of each other. So I'm going to do blue, then I'm going to do white, then I'm going to do blue, and then I'm going to do white. So one of the things I figured out when I was doing my fall mosaic blanket is I was able to do multiple rows kind of at the same time and not have to turn my project and blanket as I was going around and around and around. And it was a pretty cool little thing. I think you guys all liked that. And I am going to do the same thing. So we're going to pretend that I have finished all of the blue round, and I am going to start with my white round, and I'm going to go right into that round. So I started with a standing double crochet. And if you don't know how to make a standing double crochet, I'm going to make a video of this at some point, guys. I've been trying to make some more videos. Chain two and then a standing double crochet. Now what we have to do is we're going to follow along however we did the one before. So you can see here, this one is a front post. That means this stitch here has to be a back post. So I'm going to do a back post. Once I get a little further along, I'm going to explain these stitches a little more, guys. And right now when I'm in the corner, it's a little bit tight and hard to show. This one you can see was a front post. It's wrapped around the front. So I'm going to repeat a front post double crochet. Now here I am again to the back, and we're going to do a back post double crochet. And I'm going to keep alternating these right on top of the blue. And this is where you start to see those textures kind of show up. And I'm going to show you how to do these stitches. Just let me get a little further in, and then we'll slow it down for those that don't know how to do it. And I will walk you through how to do these alternating front and back post double crochets. We have quite a row going here. So anyhow, this allows me to crochet without having to turn my work and bump the camera and all of that. But it was really cool because somebody messaged me and they said that they were able to apply this same concept to a project that they were doing, and it made their job a little easier. So I love it when you all see me do something and then you're like, hey, that makes sense. I can incorporate that in there. So anyhow, let's take a look at this now up close, and you can kind of see how that texture is forming. And here's what the back looks like. So you can see how they're stacking up on top of each other. So the way we're going to do this, I'm going to explain these stitches now. Let's see It's in the collar of the sweater. In what will be the front, the step down was large. I think I missed some comments here. Uh, hey, Melanie, good morning. Mel said, good morning from Southern California. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So we're working on a baby blanket and I'm working on the edging, okay? And we're alternating front and back post double crochets. So here is a front post and I'm going to match that with the white color now and do a front post. So I wrap my yarn around so we have 2 loops on our hook. I bring my hook down and I go underneath that post. Then I kind of bring this working yarn forward, right? This is the hand that controls the tension of my yarn. And so I bring that forward so I can grab a loop and pull it up. Now you can see I have 3 loops on my hook. I yarn over and pull through 2 and yarn over and pull through 2. That is a front post double crochet. So if you're new to crochet, normally you go in the top of the stitches right here under the bars. The only difference with the front and the back post double crochet is we go around these posts. And the posts are what is like the bottom of the stitch. So this, you can see here, these are the what's called the post, okay? So now we need to do a back post around this one. So same thing, I wrap my yarn around. I hold my thumb here. This, when I was first learning, this stitch would slide down when I turned my work, and it made it hard for me to figure out what was going on. So you don't have to put your thumb here, but this is how I finally figured it out, is to hold my thumb here. That way this yarn was not sliding down to the very tip of my crochet hook. And then I was able to slide my hook underneath the post. Again, you can kind of see I pull this yarn forward a little bit, grab that loop. Now again, we have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now here we are with the front post again. Wrap my yarn around. We have 2 loops. Bring my hook down, tuck it underneath that post, grab a loop, pull it up. Now we have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now that is a front post. So here we're alternating these. Now we need to do a back post. So we wrap our yarn around, hold my thumb there, put my work forward, look for that post, slide my hook underneath the post, grab a loop, pull it up. Now we have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now here we are back to the front post. Wrap my yarn around, down underneath the post, grab a loop, pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Hey Leslie, good morning. Yes, Joyce, it is used a lot on the sleeve of a sweater when it's alternated like this. It kind of makes it stretchy. Also, I've seen it used on hats, but a lot of times it'll be the same color. It won't be alternating like this. You don't have to alternate it. It's just for the baby blanket. It gives it a fun little coloring look. But it is used a lot because it's, like I said, it kind of has some stretch to it. So if you were to wrap it like around the sleeve of a sweater or a hat, beanie, something like that, you'll see this alternated like this. I think it gives a really fun effect on the baby blanket. So again, here we are on the front post. You can see it's there. So we're going to wrap our yarn around, put our hook underneath the post, grab a loop, pull it up. Now we have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now this one is a back post. You can see the white is from the row below is in front of it. So we wrap our yarn around, put our work forward, slide our hook underneath that post, grab a loop, pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're back to the front, same thing, wrap our yarn around so we have 2, tuck our hook underneath the post, grab a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Thank you to the new followers this morning. Welcome, welcome. My name is April, for those that do not know. I come live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I'm always working on different projects: baby blankets, hats, afghans, tote bags, little amigurumis, all sorts of different stuff. I do something different every day. Now, I might come back and revisit a project, here and there, but I do like to mix it up. I always have a lot of stuff going on. And so today we're working on a baby blanket. We started this blanket on the live um, last week. We were working on the center part. I showed how to make these stitches here. This is a craft and crochet pattern. It's pattern 2208. There's links in the link tree if you need to make a baby blanket. And the yarn that I'm using today, the white is Bernat Baby Sport. It's a 3-weight yarn, and I'm using a size G6 hook. The blue yarn that I'm using is by Herschners, and it is called Baby Sparkle. And they have a number of different colors. I get it on Herschners at website, and they're smaller little balls. They look like this, Baby Sparkle. This colorway is called Baby Blue. But they have peach, they have yellow, pink. I think I have like a mint green. This is a colorway they discontinued. This was really pretty though. This colorway was Little Lotus, but it was the same yarn, you can see. So where we're at in this project, if we look at this blanket here, for those that are just joining, we are currently working on this section right in here. So I'm going to continue stacking these stitches up until I get to the very top, where we'll do another back post double crochet. And then I'm going to put this little ruffle on here, and that's the edging. This blanket, I did a different stitch in the middle. This is, it's upside down right now, sorry. This is called Baby Kate's Blessing Blanket. So the center of the blanket is Baby Kate's Blessing Blanket. The edging is Craft and Crochet 2208. This is my favorite baby blanket mashup. But I do like the Craft and Crochet. The Craft and Crochet pattern is the one that has these little crossovers. So they both look really good in my opinion. I like them both. And I will mix it up and do whatever I'm feeling in the moment. But I do make a lot of baby blankets. So back to our edging here. And I'm doing this in some smaller sections, so I don't have to turn my project as much. But what I'm doing is I'm alternating front and back post double crochets. And it just gives it a really fun texture and kind of a nice, elegant edge to the baby blanket. You could do this in solid white as well. I have seen it done with the solid white, not adding the color, but I have done this in a number of different colorways. I've done light pink, hot pink and light pink together. I've done peach, blue, lavender, like an aqua color. So it works up fabulous with all different colors. And like I said, this is my favorite baby blanket to make. Hands down my favorite. And I make this a lot. I never get sick of it. I don't know why I never get sick of it. Um, like I said, I started this blanket last week, so it works up, pretty quick. Now I'm a fast crocheter, so there is that factor as well. I tend to slow it down on the live to show our new folks that are learning crochet how I'm making some of these stitches. But on the off camera, I am working on the baby blanket. Now this little baby blanket, the baby boy came Sunday, so I'm under a deadline here to get this kind of wrapped up. I want to get it in the mail this weekend and get it sent off to Arizona to the family. It was their first baby, little baby boy, and everybody's healthy, and so it's pretty exciting. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little stitch marker here in my white color. Good morning, Brown Sugar. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this, and you got it. I'm going to fire up another skein of blue. So I'm going to work 3 colors at once today. And I don't do this all the time, but it does make it a little easier when I don't have to turn the blanket as much during the live and bump the camera and stuff. So basically, normally what I do with my baby blankets, guys, I go all the way around, around and around and around and around. And I keep stacking up the colors. I alternate between blue and white until I get as many rows as I need. Okay. But because I am with cameras in my face, for those that don't know, I'm live streaming on YT and also on TikTok. So I have, stuff in my face and I'm trying to crochet. And it sometimes when I turn my work around and around and around, I will bump the camera. So when I can do a situation like this where I can keep stacking up the colors on top of each other and work in sections, it makes it more efficient for me when I'm on live. So I start with a standing double crochet, then I chain two, and then I put another double crochet. And that is our corner. So you can see we've stacked up 3 corners now. Eventually these will come around the entire blanket and they're going to connect back in here with their matching, colors. I'm just basically, I'm breaking the rules. That's just what I do here. So now what we're doing is we're stacking these on top of each other. So if it was a front post here, we need to do another front post. If it was a back post, which these are the back posts, we're going to stack it on top of that. And we're going to alternate between them, stacking them on top of each other. So I'm going to start with a front post. Now here, this one was a back post, so I'm going to go around the back and alternate that one with a back post double crochet. And I'm going to slow this down in just a little bit for those that are just hopping on and want to see how to make these stitches. I just have to get a little farther along here. Now we're ready for a back post. Now a front post. Back post. Front post. Back post. And here's the front. So you can see I'm just alternating whatever was the row below. I do the exact same thing with the new color. Instead of having to wait to get all the way around the entire blanket, I'm just kind of cheating and getting ahead here. You don't have to do it this way. You could go all the way around with your single color and then, continue on. But there you can see now we've got 3 rows stacked up. The next row that I would do on top of this, I don't have another skein of white, so I'm not going to stack it. This is where I'm going to stop, but I'm going to keep working this all the way along. But it will be white until we eventually get this many stacked up. So you can see here we had where this purple is, that was our first row of blue, white, blue, white. So then I would be able to do this. Oh, my yarn just fell on the floor. Dang it. Then I would be able to do this back post and eventually add the ruffle. So that's what we're doing right now. So the way that we do these stitches, for those that are not familiar with front and back post double crochets, normally when you work a crochet stitch, you work in the top of the stitch. You go under these bars here. There's 2 bars. They kind of look like a little V. What we do instead is we're going to work around the post. So the bottom part of this stitch is called the post. It'll also be referred to as the legs of the stitch. This one is a back post. So what I do is I wrap my yarn around, and I found it works better for me if I hold my thumb here, I put my work forward, and I tuck my hook underneath the post so that that is literally sitting on top of my hook. Then I kind of bring my working yarn forward here. You can't really see this. A lot of times this finger is off screen, but he helps. This whole hand, for those that are new to crochet, this is what controls the tension of when I'm crocheting. And I do, this finger will float up and down, depending on, what I've got going. But most of the time he's pretty far up in the air there. So anyhow, he helps bring this and I pull up a loop. So then you can see I have 3 loops on my hook. Then I yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. That is our back post double crochet. Let's see. Sorry, I missed some comments here. Does this trick work with the sticks? Any stitches working 2 rows on one side? I mean, anytime you're using different colors like this, so let's say you were making a scarf, right? And your scarf had a row of white and then it had a row of blue and you were doing double crochets. You absolutely could do this where you stack it on top and go ahead. Um, if you have multiple skeins, you certainly can. Um, I do it just because, especially when I started doing this was on the mosaic blanket, and some of you may not be familiar with, but that blanket was really large, and I was trying to crochet live, and the whole blanket filled my entire lap plus, and so it just was more efficient for me to work in these small sections like this, rather than turning my work around and around and around. So, yeah, I think it does save time, Leslie, because it's like more efficient. It's like work smart, not hard, right? And so when I had a big blanket to turn around, it was a lot of work. So here we are back to the back post. Okay, so let's wrap our yarn around. We have 2 loops. I hold my thumb here, put it forward. Now the hook is on top of the post is on top of my hook. Grab a loop, pull it up. Now we have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we need to do a front post around this one. So same concept. Wrap my yarn around so we have 2 loops. Instead of going to the back, we're going to go right under the stitch in the front. So this is the post. This is the top of the stitch. Normally you would work in the top. We're instead going to work around this post. I bring my working yarn forward here, grab a loop, pull it up. Now you can see I have 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So it is the exact same as doing a double crochet. The only difference is instead of going in the top like you would normally do, we're working around what is called the post. So now we're going to do the back one. Yarn over, now we have 2. Put my work forward, slide my hook underneath that post, grab a loop, pull it up. Again, 1, 2, 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're ready for the front. Yarn over, go right underneath that post, grab a loop. Hey, buddy, what's going on? You need a treat? Pause to give the dog a treat. Yeah, good boy. It's a good boy. Okay. Now we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now here's a back post. So again, we wrap our yarn around, pull our work forward, put our hook underneath the post, grab a loop and pull it up. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now guys, the way I'm doing it right now is exaggerated, right? I'm trying to explain to new crocheters that may not have seen this stitch before how to, maneuver to get the stitch to work. As you make this, you won't be so dramatic with it, right? Like for example, if I need to do a back post around this one, I don't even have to put my work forward like that anymore. I can just keep going. So, you get faster with it, right? So with time and practice, you won't have to be so dramatic with putting your work forward. But I'm trying to explain it in a way that makes sense to somebody who has never seen or done this stitch before. So I hope that resonates and makes sense with what I'm doing. But the stitches that I'm doing today, Janita, is the front and back post double crochet, and I am alternating them. This is the edging of a baby blanket, and so we're just adding this fun texture, and it really looks cool, and it's double-sided. So that's the other really neat thing. Because we're doing this um, both front and back post double crochets, it's kind of hard to see that on screen, but there's like these little ridges, like a ribbed effect almost. And sometimes somebody said they use this on a sweater for like the cuff of the sleeve. Sometimes you'll see this on a hat. You don't have to alternate the colors, but that is what gives this baby blanket kind of its unique edging look, if you can see that. And so eventually we will get a ruffle on it. So here's another example of what I'm making. We are working these 3 stitches right here, and then we'll have this beautiful like shell border on it as well. Okay, so I'm going to continue on, and somebody asked what yarn I'm using today. So for those that are new followers, every time I come on live, I put the links to everything that I'm doing on my link tree. So if you're watching on the live feed, I would love it, love it, love it if you would give me a follow. Like I said, I come on every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 7:30 to 9:30 Central Time. I live in Northeast Alabama. Crochet is not my full-time job. This is my hobby, and I come on here just to chat with all my friends and show them what projects I'm working on, and kind of chat back and forth. A lot of our normal folks are not here today. Mama Wheeler comes on. Mama Wheeler is my mom. She had errands to run today, and so she's not on the live, but Mama Wheeler will be back tomorrow. And also, so if you want to know how to get to the link tree, you can just click up here on the little dog, and a bar, if you're on TikTok, will slide up, and then you can click on the bar again, and that will get you to my profile where you will see a little bio about myself. And then you'll see an HTTPS link tree, and that will take you to the different pattern that I'm using, which today is Craft and Crochet pattern 2208. It is a baby blanket. And Craft and Crochet, guys, she does amazing baby projects. She's on YT, and seriously, if you're not following her, like she does amazing stuff. If you need to make a baby blanket or baby dress or shoes or appliques, hair bows, all that stuff, she does it all. And she just has a marvelous, marvelous channel. I really, really enjoy her. So anyhow, you can get the link tree. Now, if you're watching me on YT this morning, I see we have 4 people watching me over on that platform. The link tree is also linked in my bio. And once I republish this video, I will put the links as well in the rewatch. So that will be there for you also. Okay, so I finished up the blue here. And guys, for those that are just hopping on, I am doing 3 rows at the same time. So I'm working one, and then that way I don't have to turn my blanket as much. So I'm ready to start back up here with the blue. Okay, so here you can see we finished up, and I just kind of put a stitch marker, and I'm kind of ready to move to the next section. So I'm going to pop my stitch marker out, and I'm going to resume with this color. And we are alternating front and back post double crochets. And somebody asked me what yarn I'm using today. Um, the white yarn is Bernat Baby Sport. It is a 3-weight acrylic. It's very economical. You can get these huge balls of it. Sorry, my label's a little wrinkled. I get it at Joann's. You can get it at Wally World. But it basically is enough to do almost the entire baby blanket. And so all of the white was done with that yarn. And like I said, it's a 3-weight acrylic. Now this blue sparkle yarn that I'm using, I get this from Herschners online, for those that are not familiar, but it's called Baby Sparkle. It's also a 3-weight yarn, and it's baby blue, and it's 90% acrylic, 10% nylon. The nylon, I'm pretty sure, is from these little sparkles. Okay. They have it in lavender, they have pink, they have yellow, they have peach, they have all different colors. The blanket that I'm making today is for a baby boy that was born on this past Sunday. So I'm trying to get this blanket finished up so I can get it in the mail and shipped off to our friends in Arizona. For their little grandbaby. It was their first baby, first grandbaby, and anyhow, very excited, very exciting. So, hey, Sparky, good morning. How is your elbow? And Anvil is in the house. Hey, Anvil, welcome, welcome. Glad you all are here. I hope everybody's having a good day. Um, Sparky, yesterday I saw that you were icing your elbow, so I hope it's feeling better. You're gonna have to take a break, girl, from all your crochet. Health is important, you know. Mine acts up a little bit. My right elbow when I crochet, I got a brace for it. Um, they like to call it tennis elbow, golfer's elbow. I call it crochet elbow is what I call it. I crochet a lot, so. Anvil said, "I've been here since you went live." Oh, I'm sorry, Anvil. Anvil's been here the whole time. You know, guys, it's so funny. I crochet. You know, yesterday I feel like I missed so many comments on the live. Yesterday I was teaching kind of a more complicated flower square. Today is not as complicated with the front and back post double crochets. I'm able to take breaks, but man, I feel like yesterday I missed all the comments. I missed all the fun and activity of y'all chatting back and forth. Queen says my wrist hurts. Yeah, it's one of those things when we do a lot of repetition, right? I'm no doctor. Um, there's no way, but it's just one of those things that sometimes these things happen. We have to take breaks, and I know Sparky was feeling the pain yesterday. But Sparky over on her channel, she has a lot of bookmarks and stuff she's been working on, and they're so cute. I love those little feathers; they're adorable. And that headband you made, Sparky, was I really like that headband. I that turned out really cute, and I love the colors. If you guys follow Sparky, you can see the headband that she made. It's really cool. So on that note, if y'all are new and you're looking for followers, you can pick each other up and follow each other here and support each other's channels. I just put some yarn balls over on the chat. That is my moderator account. I'm trying to get that channel up to 500 in case something happens to this. I could go live over there. Anyhow, yes, Sparky is on TikTok. I don't know about YouTube, but on TikTok for those that are on the TikTok platform, we have 68 people on TikTok watching and 4 over on YT are watching this morning. So I'm glad you all are here. Over on TikTok, we've had 14.9, just turned 15,000 likes. So thank you all so much for tapping your screens. I certainly appreciate that. But anyhow, if you guys are looking for followers, feel free to spam the chat with yarn balls. Now, I know a lot of you all are already following each other, but feel free to, at this time, follow each other, support each other's channels, and share some crochet love this morning. And if you aren't following the moderator account, please, that would be great if you could follow that as well. Like I said, it's just a precautionary. I've had some of my friends get locked out of their accounts for nonsensical reasons on TT, and uh, it just is a nice backup. But I am on YT now too, so that would be a backup as well. So anyhow, for those that are just hopping on this morning, I'm working on a baby blanket, and we are working on the edging. And I'm going to pause right here on this blue. I'm working 3 rows right now this morning, guys. So now I'm going to pop over to the white, and I'm going to pick back up where I left off on the white color. And I am alternating back and forth between front and back post double crochets. Okay, so somebody asked what stitch this is, and I'm going to slow this down a little bit and show you how to make these stitches. So you can see here, this was a front post. It wraps around the front of the post. This stitch here wraps around the back, and it is a back post. And so I'm going to be alternating between the two of them. So in order to do a front post double crochet, I wrap my yarn around once. So we have 2 loops on our hook. Now I go down underneath that post So rather than work in the top of the stitch here, I go around the post. That's what it's also called, the legs of the stitch. You'll hear it referred to as that. I grab a loop and pull it up. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. So it is literally the exact same as making a double crochet. The only difference is, instead of going right here in the top under those bars, you go around the post. Now this one here was a back post, so I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to grab it from the back. So I wrap my yarn around, so we have 2 loops on our hook. I put my thumb here and kind of hold it, put it down, and then I slide my hook underneath that post. Again, I kind of pull this working hand forward so I can grab a loop, pull it up. Again, we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is now a back post double crochet. Here we are ready to do the front post. Again, wrap my yarn around. We have 2 loops on our hook. Tuck our hook underneath the post. Put my working yarn forward a little bit, grab a loop. Now we have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now that was a front post. Now we need to do a back post. Same thing, wrap my yarn around, put my work forward, slide my hook underneath, grab that loop, pull it up. Now we have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Here we are ready for a front post. Wrap my yarn around, slide my hook underneath, grab that loop, pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. With practice, you all will get faster at this stitch, and you won't have to be so dramatic about how you're positioning your hook. So we'll go a little faster here now to kind of carry this along. But like I said, this baby came on Sunday, so I really want to get this blanket in the mail this weekend, and I think I can do it. I'm not that far off. So couple more days. By Saturday, I should have it done and be ready to send it off to our friends in Arizona. Pretty exciting. Yeah, Sparky is on TikTok. There she is. But she made these really cool headbands, or this, I saw the one headband. And I love the button that she chose for it. It's like a little accent piece. But correct me if I'm wrong, Sparky, but is that like a Jacob's ladder type stitch that you did on the headband? Because it looks really neat. And it's almost, it could be like one of those ear warmer things too, which I think is nice as winter is coming for some of us, you know. Let's see. Marisha said, I'm only about halfway through the stuff I need to have done for Christmas. I need to step it up. Same, girl, same. I have all these market bags sitting next to me, and I haven't been working on them because what they need are the handles, and I find the handles incredibly boring on market bags. I don't know if you guys are the same, but I just, the thought of having to work handles on market bags is really not very exciting to me. And I have like 15 of them sitting next to me. And I told my mom, I said, if people don't get handbags, market bags this year, then they'll get them next year. But I do want to try to get some of them done and finished because I just don't want them sitting around, you know? And then um, the other thing I did is when I came here, to Alabama, I started some new vanilla. I don't know if you all make your own vanilla, but I was part of the group on Facebook that has vanilla beans. And so, anyhow, I started making my own vanilla extract in, we moved here in 2020. So, it was in the winter of 2020, I started making vanilla into 2021. And so, anyhow, I made it because I want not only for myself, but I thought, well, the extra I will gift. It would be nice to put it in little bottles and gift it out like as a little gift in a, you know, a little basket or something with a jar of jam or jelly or whatever, and make that for my little holiday gift. So I have that as a backup if I don't get my market bags done. And then I do have all of my dish scrubbies as well. So if I don't get the market bags done, I think I would do a dish scrubby with the vanilla extract and maybe a jar of jam or something into that and kind of just do a little gift basket that way. So vanilla is a great way to, and then I was thinking honey too. I wish I had my own honey, but honey would be fun to gift in that little package as well. Jody, I think vanilla stays good forever. So I think you're good. I've never heard of it going bad. For those that don't know how to make vanilla, you buy the beans, and the vanilla beans are what is super expensive. And then you soak them in alcohol. Some people use vodka. I have some in vodka. I have some in rum. Um, but you basically soak them in that, brings the vanilla flavoring into that, and then you of course use the vanilla extract in your, baking, cooking, whatever. And so um, homemade vanilla is better than what you can get at the store usually. A lot of times at the store it's imitation. It's not the real deal. So anyhow, that's one thing that I have kind of in my back pocket, so to speak, if I don't get my market bags done. But um, I do need to spend some time on the market bags, and I do need to make the handles. I'm not so worried about the liners. I think the liners would go kind of quick. It's just all of the handles that I need to crochet. And the way that I do them, they're all like single crochets. And so it just takes a long time and it's kind of boring. And anyhow, I don't know. It's just not that exciting. I'm pulling the yarn from the yarn that fell on the floor. So anyhow, good morning, everyone. That's the basic. I'll give you the link. Okay, cool, cool. Uh, yeah, that little headband was really cool. I thought you should do that on the live, Sparky. Sparky, do you ever go live? Oh, or you don't have enough followers yet to go live. Um, uh, that would uh, that would be a fun project, I think, to do on the live. Make that little headband, because I think you could make it in one session on the live. I don't know. I'm assuming it's not a super huge project. So sometimes stuff like that is fun to do on the live because people can tune in and see how to watch it, and then go on about their day. And so that would be a fun project. But I know Sparky wants to go live. Oh, she's crying. I'm sorry, Sparky. I opened up an old wound there. Sparky's been trying for a while to get enough followers. If you guys aren't following Sparky, give my girl some love and follow her. She really is trying to go live, and she makes really cool stuff. So, uh, anyhow, a lot of you guys make cool stuff. I see stuff popping up on my feed all the time of fun stuff. Somebody put on one of the Hugs and Kisses blankets, do you think this would make a good hexie cardi? And I thought, yeah, it actually would. Um, so that kind of sparked my interest this morning. I've never made a hexagon cardigan. Has anybody made it? They don't seem like they're that hard to make, but it's something that I had on my list, but haven't actually like done. And I thought, one of these days I probably need to make a hexagon cardigan on my live, just because some people would probably be interested in doing that, just as I'm interested in doing it. But let's see, it's the cable headband from Crochet Beha. I found it on the, oh, nice, nice, nice. Um, Leslie said she made one. It was fun. Yeah, I think well, it's kind of it's getting chillier here in Alabama. Now I know we've got a heat wave going on, but um, it is a little chill. It is a little chillier at night, let's say. But I know it's supposed to be hot this week across most of the U.S. It's crazy, and so. Um, but I'm thinking I feel fall, right? My leaves are starting to change. The bird feeders. For those that don't know, I live stream my bird feeders on YT also. And the bush that is behind the bird feeders is called a burning bush. And for those that are not familiar with a burning bush, it will turn a bright, bright red. All of the leaves will turn red, and they have just started turning on the bird feeders over on YT. You can see the leaves are just starting, and that thing is going to be beautiful. It's we have a bunch of them around our property that the previous owner had planted, and they were a lot smaller when we moved here in 2020. But my husband's like, "Can I trim these up?" And I'm like, "No, you can't trim them. You can't trim them until they lose their leaves." So I want all the beautiful red leaves. They're just so pretty. So anyhow, coming up here on time for another stitch marker, and I'm going to pick up with our first layer. So for those that are just hopping on, welcome, welcome. And to our new followers, thank you for the follows. My name is April, and I come live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings from 7:30 to 9 Central Time. I live in Northeast Alabama, and crochet is not my job. I actually work remote in Arizona, so I'm just a hobby crocheter. And welcome, welcome to those that are watching on YT this morning live. We have 3 people over there. I certainly appreciate that, and I hope you're enjoying the live as well. But we're working on this baby blanket, and I'm working on this stacked edging, which is alternating front and back post double crochets. And I'm working 3 colors kind of at the same time. And so you don't have to do it like this. Normally, what I do is I work one row all the way around and then I will start the next row. But sometimes when I have the opportunity like this to, bring along a blue, bring along a white, and then I had another skein of blue, it just is a little more efficient as I am crocheting. And so now I'm going to pick back up the blue, but we are alternating front and back post double crochets. And I'm going to, let me get a little away from this cluster here, and then I will get into how to make these stitches if you are not familiar with how to do the front and back post double crochet. And I did post a couple videos over on TikTok for both of these stitches in the last couple days. And thank you everyone that has seen my videos and likes and comments and all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. I do work full time, so like all of you, making content when you've got a real job, it is very time consuming. So I really, really appreciate all of you that, just take the time to even like something that I post. It means the world. It really does. And also to all of you that have taken the time to like the live this morning. We're almost to 20,000 likes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And if you're new on the TikTok platform, maybe you don't know, but the way when you see there'll be little hearts that fly up on the screen right here on the side. And the way that people make those hearts is they tap their screen and you'll see the little hearts fly up and those get tallied up right here. And you may say, well, what's the point? Why do I need to tap the screen? But what that does is it puts me as more popular in the TikTok algorithm. Same with over on YT. I see we have 1 like over on the YT, thumbs up over there. But it just tells the algorithm, hey, this is popular. People like this. And then it will send new people over to watch the live. And they, new crocheters, and then they meet up with our little group here. And we have a wonderful little community if you're new to the channel. We also have a Discord, which Discord is our crochet chat server. You can find that link over on the link tree. And the link tree you can access by, if you're on TikTok, click the little dog here. A bar will fly up on the bottom. Click on the dog again. That will take you to my page. And when you're on the page, you will see a little bio. Underneath that, it says HTTPS link tree. Every time I come on and go live, I put all of the pattern that I'm making, the different yarns that I'm using, all of that is right there on the link tree. So, if you are, popping by and you see something, you can always come back later and gather up that information if you want to make the project. And all of the previous live information is there as well, patterns and yarns and whatnot. Now for today, I am using Bernat Baby Sport yarn. It comes in a really big skein. I get it at Joann's and over at Wally World. And it's, if you catch it on sale, it's like, $8 or $9 for a big ball of yarn. and it takes, I used a full ball already, a full skein, and then a little, smidge left. I've gotten into the ball, but I haven't used too much of it. So you do need to, if you can now tap on post as well, and it makes it you more visible on the FYP. Oh, I didn't know that. They're always changing stuff up, Miss Sparky. It's pretty amazing. Uh, hey, good morning. I BJ Barr, are you Brenda Barr? Because I swear I saw you over on Mikey's live yesterday. I was watching, my man Mikey that I love so much. I thought that's got to be the same gal that watches me over there watching Mikey, but I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. So anyhow, I was watching Mikey yesterday, and then I was watching Crochet Grandma and Cody over on YT. I was at work, but I just had them kind of running in the background, and it was I like watching them. But one thing I learned yesterday that I didn't know, Creative Grandma has a Book of Faces group. Did you guys know that? I totally joined it yesterday because I'm like, these are my folks. I got to join this and support this. So anyhow, it was that was a pretty cool little thing. But I enjoy watching Cody and Grandma over on the live. It was a fun day yesterday. So anyhow, no, the are you talking about the blue stitch here? This is actually 2 double crochets. So what I did, you do a row of uh, for this edging, I did this is the center of the blanket, okay? Then I came along and I did a double crochet. Then I did a back post double crochet, and that's what created this ridge. Then I did a front post double crochet. This is a front post. So that puts the ridge to the back, which will make this look like a group of edging. Then what I did is in between, I skipped one and then I put 2 double crochets. And then here in between, I did 2 double crochets, which kind of separated these to make them look like little blue puffs, buttons, little, I don't know, little gumdrops, whatever you want to call them, but it kind of made it look like that. And then I did another back post double crochet, which created this again ridge. And so that helps to kind of define this little section of the border. And now I'm doing the stacked double crochets. So once we get all finished, this is another example. So these right here are like those little blue buttons. This is where we're at right here. We're working on these. Eventually, I will have a back post double crochet, and then this ruffle will be all the way around. So that's kind of where we're at on this project. But I am working 3 different colors, so I just am kind of putting my stitch markers and continuing and continuing and continuing. So um, anyhow, what I'm doing right now is I'm going to do a front post double crochet. So if you're not familiar with a front post double, we wrap our yarn around our hook. We go underneath the post. So normally when you do a double crochet, you would work in the top of the stitch under those bars. Here we put it underneath, grab the loop. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is a front post. Now we need to alternate and do a back post double crochet. So instead of going again in the top of the stitch here, I yarn over, so we have 2 loops on our hook. Hold my thumb here, and then I push my work forward, slide my hook underneath, again, grab the loop, pull it up. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That is our back post double crochet. Now we need to do another front post. So again, wrap our yarn around, tuck our hook underneath the post, grab that loop, pull it up. Now we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I'm going to do the back post. So again, wrap my yarn around, put my work forward, slide my hook under that post, grab a loop, pull it up, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. So you can just see I'm going back and forth, putting one in the front and then one in the back. And you'll see this stitch called for like this, the alternating, sometimes on like the cuff of a sweater, like a sleeve. So it goes around and it kind of is, it's kind of stretchy. So you can kind of see here how it's like stretchy. So it makes a kind of cool texture for like a sleeve. Like I said, I've done it on different blankets. Um, I've also seen it done on like a beanie, a crochet beanie around the brim. So it is a nice little stitch to have in your um, knowledge base if you're a crocheter. But when you put them, right now I'm alternating back and forth. Um, but when you put them all in a row, so like here, this is all a back post, that'll push that stitch forward. If you do a front post, the front post, can you see that line of texture there? A front post pushes it all to the back. So, if you're new to crochet and you're wondering how people get these like border looking lines, that's how they do it. It's by a front and back post double crochet, and that's what we're working on today. So again, just kind of a crochet illusion of how to do these texture. It looks complicated. It does take some practice, but it's not super hard. It really is not. And I did this on the mosaic blanket. That blanket, you guys saw me work on that for the fair, and eventually I am going to make videos, guys, of all of the stuff from the fair. I just, with work and everything, there's not enough hours in the day, and I have to stay somewhat sane. Although I am a little cray cray, let's just say that. But eventually, everything that I made for the fair, I will kind of give it some. Oh, I love that little ghost. So cute, so cute. Thank you for the ghost. So fun. Um, I was watching Hollyana. I don't know how to say her name. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Does anybody else watch Holly over on YT? Her last name's like Anna or something. Anna, Hollyana. I don't know if anybody else was watching her live this week, but she took her glow in the dark yarn and she made a spider web. And I was so intrigued by that for Halloween. Did anybody else see her working on her spider web? It was really cool. I thought, oh, that would be a fun decoration around the house. So I really enjoy her. I don't know. We all have our favorites, right? People that inspire us. Bloom said, I can't wait to try this. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of possibilities of this. Um, it's just such fun texture, right? And you don't even have to alternate colors. If you do it in a solid color, I feel like it makes this pattern more pronounced. I have not done it for a while, and like basically instead of blue, white, my next row will be white. You would just do it all in the same color, like a beige or something. And it looks really cool. It looks really, really neat. With the solid, all the same color, I feel like it shows off the texture even more. But this is really pretty for the baby blanket, I think. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get this project finished and shipped off. I think it's great. So I think that's really really cool. Their first grandbaby, first child for the parents, and I don't know. They sent me baby pictures Monday morning. I got pictures of baby boy, and he's really cute, really really cute. And so I started this baby blanket on uh, last week on the live. If you guys remember, I don't remember what day I started it, but if I'm ambitious, I can usually do a baby blanket in a week or two. Um, but I have to stay on it, and sometimes I get bored. You know me, I get scattered. I move on to other projects. But um, oh, I wanted to show you. Do I have that yarn out? Oh, I don't have it. The yarn I'm using for tomorrow's project, guys, is so awesome. I wanted to give you all a sneak peek, but I don't know where I put it. I don't think it's on my shelf here. So anyhow, tomorrow's project is going to be really fun. It's going to be the study of snow, and I'm making a kid's blanket. And so what happened is, oh, Mean Belief said you've. Oh, thank you, April. You've become my favorite. I have pushed aside. Sorry, Michael. Oh, there. Oh, I love him too, though. So, but thank you. That means a lot. That means so much. Thank you, thank you. You all are wonderful. I love coming on here and visiting with everyone. It's so much fun for me. I really enjoy it. But tomorrow's project, I am so excited. So I'm doing the study of snow. Now, you guys know I started the study of snow last week. Let's pause real quick. So this is the study of snow. I worked on this some more this weekend. This was what I worked on last week on the live. And this has great texture. But here's the thing, like this is a really cool yarn and you can kind of see it. But when I'm working on this on the live, it doesn't really show up that great. And this is going to be a really cool blanket when I get it finished. And so I'm planning on this project for the fair next year, my bedspread entry. I think this is going to be the bedspread entry. But I'm going to be doing this same pattern, except it is in a different colorway and it's going to be a kid blanket. And I made a little swatch so I could post it on YT for my live tomorrow. And I posted it on the Discord also. If you guys want to get on the Discord, that is on the link tree as well. You could see the upcoming projects a little better. Um, but I accidentally bought the yarn. I caught it on sale, and it is the Lion Brand ice cream yarn, which you guys know I love the ice cream yarn by Lion Brand for my baby blankets. And it's one of those yarns that changes colors, but it doesn't like pool. It doesn't do color pooling. It's just really nice, and I've made a number of things with it. And so I thought I was buying a different colorway of that, but it was actually called Lion Brand ice cream roving yarn, and it's like puffy fluffy yarn. So it's thicker than what I normally use, because normally I like, for my baby blankets, I do kind of like a lightweight three weight yarn. And so, anyhow, I got this yarn. I bought three skeins of it, and I bought it in two different colorways. And it came, I think I got it on sale at Mary Maxim, but it might have been Herschners. I don't remember. I think it was Mary Maxim. And so, anyhow, I got it, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool yarn. Like it's not something that I normally buy. So it was like kind of a happy accident, I guess you would call it. And I'm super excited. It's like yellow and lavender, and it's fluffy yarn. And anyhow, I'm going to be doing that blanket on the live tomorrow, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So, ice cream roving yarn is really hard to frog. I better not screw up. So I do. I come on live 7 to 9:30 Central Time. But the pattern that I'm working on today, somebody asked. Sorry, I get sidetracked. But this pattern is it's pattern 2208, and there's a link on my link tree. It's a pattern by Craft and Crochet on YT, and she has a full tutorial of how to do this. But we're working on the edging. So there is a TikTok I made of how to do this stitch that I did in the middle. But if you want the full tutorial, go over to Craft and Crochet, and you can see we're working on the edging. So I'm alternating front and back post double crochets, and I am using this Herschners Baby Sparkle for the blue. And the white part of this project, I am using, um, what is it called? Bernat Baby Sport. It's a three weight, and it comes in a really big skein. And so that's the yarn. But there's links for both all of that. The pattern and the yarns and everything are on the link tree. And tomorrow's project is already linked on there as well. If you wanted to look ahead and pull out some yarn and crochet with me, you totally could. I know some of y'all have to work and stuff. And I'm going to have to be getting off here soon to go to work. But yeah, I'm really excited for y'all to see tomorrow's project, because I think it's really pretty. So Anvil said, I'm majorly procrastinating on my next project. Let's see. I've used that ice cream yarn for the Hexicardi. It was beautiful. I love the fading colors. Okay, so Fanny, here's the thing. I make a lot of the Hugs and Kisses baby blanket, and you guys can see those all over my page. They're one of my favorite things to do. And I like to do the baby shower blanket, which is the one that is a square. And on one of the videos I posted this past week, somebody put a note on there and said, "Do you think you could make this into a Hexicardi?" And I was like seriously, I like paused, like it gave me pause. And I'm like, I bet I could, but I have never made a hexagon cardi. So I have to make one that's the normal one so I can see like how it works. And then I want to see if I can turn the Hugs and Kisses into a hexagon to turn into a cardigan. Because you guys know that ice cream, how it has the fun like bobble stitches and it has like the crisscrosses and stuff. It is like it would be like a fun like texture to add to the cardigan, because I use a lot of those ice cream yarns for the Hugs and Kisses baby shower blanket. So even though it's like a baby shower blanket, well, it doesn't matter. It's just a pattern. I want to take the Hugs and Kisses chevron, and one of my next projects I'm going to start is a Christmas blanket with red, white, and green using the Hugs and Kisses chevron because I think it would make a cool blanket for Christmas for the back of my couch. So, a lot of times what makes something a baby blanket is, um, bye, Queen. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Um, and Memes leaving. Bye, Meme. Thank you. Thank you. I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully. But I hope you all have a good day. I'm going to be getting off here soon, too, guys. I got to go to work. But, what makes a baby blanket a baby blanket? Is the pattern? Is it the yarn? Is it the combination of two? Like, you know, a lot of times it's just a yarn. Tomorrow I'm making the study of snow. When Mikey at the Crochet Crowd designed the study of snow, it was not his intent for it to be a kid blanket or a baby blanket. What I'm saying, it doesn't matter. It's a stitch pattern, right? What yarn you choose is what makes something turn into something else, right? The colorway, the type of yarn, the texture of the yarn, the pattern, all of those things work in conjunction. So even though the Hugs and Kisses chevron is a baby blanket, there's no rules that says I can't take that and turn it into a Christmas blanket and have it looking totally like awesome. I think it's going to be fabulous. I'm going to do it with Karen Simply Soft, and I'm super pumped. So, foreshadowing, that's going to be coming tomorrow. New study of snow pattern coming. So yeah, I've got a lot of good brainstorms rolling around in my head now. Like I said, this Hugs and Kisses that I started, or not the Hugs and Kisses, the study of snow that I started last week. That project will still be in the works. Excuse me. Oh, Queen was saying bye to meme. Okay, good, good, good. I swear, sometimes I miss some of the chats and then I'm not making any sense over here. Funny how that works, huh? So anyhow, I'm going to pause right here and go back. I'll finish these corners off screen. Um, yeah, I'm excited about some of the upcoming projects. And then when somebody messaged me about the hexagon cardigan, I was like, okay, I need to put that on my list. And then, my ruffle bucket hat turned out so good. I really I got to take photos of my ruffle bucket hat and make a video. I just haven't done that yet. I've got a lot of videos I need to make. I've got to get this baby blanket finished and shipped off, and then I can work on some of the videos of stuff that I've had, kind of finished. I finished the pink baby blanket. I finished the purple chevron baby blanket. I have the fall mosaic baby or fall mosaic blanket to finish. I have the bedspread that you guys haven't seen. I need to make a video of that. The ruffle bucket hat. Making these videos is very time consuming. So I have to, kind of pace them out. But I am going to get to those, I promise. So, and then the other thing that I've got, I need to start another rosebud baby blanket so I can make a tutorial for that. That is on my list for this weekend as well. And so um, the other thing I was going to mention, guys, if you are a subscriber, which we have some subscribers. Subscribers show up in the feed with a little star and a sub by their name. Subscriber giveaway, though, for the 30th is this yarn right here. And this is a TikTok subscriber giveaway. So it's a 10 pack of yarn. There's 5. This is the rainbow cotton by Hobie. And the purple is on this side. I'm giving away this 10 pack on the 30th. We're going to put out every subscriber's names on one of those wheels, and I'm going to spin the wheel and give that away. So you do need to be in the United States and in the lower 48, just because, I don't have any sponsors or anything, guys. I'm just giving this away because I have an extra bundle of it, and I know you all really like it. And if you are a subscriber, you can get in on that action. Now, next month for November subscriber giveaway, I'm going to give away a yarn spinner. I was supporting one of my friends' TikToks, and so I bought a yarn spinner. Now, I've already got a yarn winder that I like. That I use all the time, but I picked up a yarn spinner to support that channel, and I'm going to give that away for the November live. So October, if you want to get in on this, just sign up to be a subscriber. But the 30th is going to be that giveaway. And like I said, I'll put all the little names on a wheel. I'll have it on my tablet. We'll shuffle it and spin and give that yarn away. So thank you all for the support of the channel. And of me, and thank you for being kind to each other and supporting each other. I think it's great. We have a marvelous little community. Thank you for everybody who has joined on the Discord. For those that don't know, Macy helps moderate the Discord. I haven't seen Macy this morning. She's got some stuff going on. She messaged me last night, but she is over on the Discord. And That's a fun place. So, for those that are not familiar with Discord, Discord is a chat server, and it's used a lot of times with gaming. And so, if you want to get in on that action, just feel free to, it's on the link tree. I probably need to refresh that link and make sure it's working. So I'll double check that when I get off the live this morning. But you can share your projects, you can chat with each other. Sometimes we don't have enough to, like make a video or something. And this way we can share a picture. When you DM and TikTok, you can't put any pictures. It's annoying. So we have a server for that. So feel free to join. I think at last count we had 80 some folks over there on the Discord server. So it's a lot of fun. Mama Wheeler finished her little bucket hat. Oh, Jody, thank you for subscribing. Um, Appreciate that. And Mama Wheeler, guys, she is not on the live this morning. She said to tell you all hello. She will be on tomorrow. But she finished her ruffle bucket hat, and I posted a picture of it for her over on the Discord. So if you guys want to see Mama Wheeler's ruffle bucket hat, check out the Discord. So anyhow, getting ready. It's 9:30. Thank you, Gen X and Anvil this morning, our moderators. I appreciate you both so much. And everybody on the live appreciates you too, for pinning comments and just helping me to, be better at what I do. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate Miss Macy too, who helps to moderate the Discord. You all are fabulous. And thanks to everybody today who screen tapped and shared. We had 53 shares of the live today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome to all the new followers. So, anyhow, I'm going to be signing off, but I hope you all have a fabulous day. Like I said, Mama Wheeler said she'll be on tomorrow. We're going to be working on a new project, and I think you guys will really like the yarn and the colorway. It's pretty fun. So, anyhow, have a fabulous day. I'm going to leave you now. Have a great day. Bye for now.